Hey guys, Pre-Market9s here, and today we are back with 10 more amazing shiny hunts to try in a specific Pokemon game. The games that we are talking about today are none other than the latest installment in the Pokemon franchise, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and the reason for that being most of the people playing Pokemon right now are playing these games, so if I was ever going to do this game, it is right now. I absolutely love doing this series, and let me tell you, after going through it, there are so many amazing shiny hunts that you can go after in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon that honestly, I didn't even think were huntable, so I'm super excited to talk about it. I hope you guys are too. If you do enjoy this series and want to see me do this for every single Pokemon game, please give this video a thumbs up so I know it's something I should keep going with. Also, if you only have Sun and Moon and you're bummed that I'm not talking about those, some of these hunts are huntable in these games, not all of them, but a few of them are, and don't worry because I do plan on doing a type of video like this for those games as well. I just kind of wanted to get Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon out there because most people are playing that. But with all that being said, there is so much to talk about, so without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so this first one is probably the most exciting one on the list. I don't know why I'm talking about it first. Actually, I do. It's because it's crazy, and that is none other than the Pokemon dubbed the Ditto 5. If you haven't heard about the Ditto 5, this part of the game is just one of those things that is put in there as an Easter egg. So honestly, you could play through these games and not even know that it's there. Let me explain what this hunt actually is. There is a side quest in this game based on Coney Island where you have to work with the detectives to track down 5 disguised Dittos. These guys are so freaking cool. They have set natures and they are basically breeding Dittos meant for competitive players. But because they do have set natures, so many shiny hunters just assumed you can't shiny hunt these Pokemon. But in the coding of the game, it's set to true. Shiny is set to true, which means you can hunt them. They're actually shiny huntable. So just knowing all of that, it is a really freaking cool hunt. But like I said before, they are disguised, which means you could go up to random trainers in the game and they would actually be Dittos. Now the game itself will walk you through where all of these are, but if you want to know the actual locations, I will give them right now. The first hidden Ditto you encounter to kind of start off this little side quest is actually at the police department disguised as a cop. Once you encounter him, the other cop is going to talk to you, it'll enter a little cutscene, and they'll ask you if you want to continue investigating, which you do. Following that, there's one dressed up as an herb seller, there's one dressed up as a chef on duty actually in their restaurant, one is a masseuse at the bazaar, and the final one is the worst of them all. The last of the Ditto 5 is disguised as a main character of the freaking game, none other than Olivia. I honestly think this is so freaking hilarious that they coded this into the game. The fact that you can shiny hunt it is amazing. I'm definitely going after the one that's Olivia, but you can choose one of the 5 to do. All of them are huntable. It's just a really cool and creative hunt, and you get paid to do it because as you go through and catch all of the Ditto, you get paid by the police department for investigating. All in all, it's a win-win. If you're gonna try any of these hunts, this is the one to go after first. Okay, so this next one is actually 2 different Pokemon, but you hunt them in a very similar way. They're standard gift Pokemon, and they're 2 Pokemon that you wouldn't normally expect to find in this game. They are none other than the gift Porygon and the gift Aerodactyl. We're gonna talk about Aerodactyl first because it's a little bit easier to hunt that one. All you have to do is make it to Seafolk Village, go to the Huntail boat, and then talk to the Ace Trainer. He's just gonna give you the Aerodactyl, and the coolest thing about that is usually you have to revive an old Amber, but here it's just a standard gift Pokemon. It's already revived even though it's a fossil Pokemon, and that's it, and then you get it. As for hunting Porygon, it's pretty much just as simple. The only difference is you actually have to beat the Elite Four first, so there's that. Once you get that done, it's just a matter of going to the Aether House on Route 15, talking to the guy in the back, and he's gonna give you a gift Porygon. And for real, that's pretty much it for these 2. It's nothing too complex, so if you like a relaxed hunt and you're looking for something just to do on your leisure time, maybe you're new to shiny hunting and you wanna try it out, these are 2 perfect hunts for you. The next target we're talking about is actually my current shiny hunt, and oh my freaking gosh, guys, it is driving me crazy. I'm at 23,000 for it. Don't let that deter you because you will definitely not go that high, and that is, yup, you guessed it, Shiny Surfing Pikachu. I don't know about you guys, but when I first saw that this Pokemon was in the game, I was just really excited to have a Surfing Pikachu again because it's kind of been a theme throughout Pokemon to let that happen, but the fact that they let us shiny hunt it is so crazy. I can't even fathom that. I wasn't even gonna be mad at the fact that it was shiny locked because in my head I was just automatically thinking it was, but the fact that they didn't is so freaking cool, and I am so excited that Game Freak is giving us options like this. Here's how you hunt it. In order to even unlock this gift Pikachu, you actually have to go to each of the different surfing spots, there's 4 of them, and completely destroy the high scores. All 4 of them are found on beaches, so they're super easy to locate, but if you don't want to waste the time and find them yourself, here they are from me. Big Wave Beach, Hia Hia Beach, Ula Ula Beach, and Pony Beach. Now, beating the high scores can actually be kind of annoying, but there are a ton of tutorials online that tell you exactly what to do, and it makes it a lot easier. So I suggest watching one of those if you don't want to waste too much time. But once you do all of that, all you have to do is go back to Hiya City, go to the surf shop, go inside, save in front of the man, and then you just talk to him. He gives you the surfing Pikachu, and if it's not shiny, you soft reset. And yes, for those of you wondering, it will show up shiny on the nickname screen, which I find so freaking helpful. So if it pops up and looks normal, just soft reset and do it again. I've done exactly that 20,000 times. You guys can try your luck at it. You'll probably get it before I do. But for real, in my opinion, this is one of the coolest hunts in the game. Now, the next two on this list are two of the fastest shiny hunts in the games. They're also available in Sun and Moon, but because they are such great hunts, I wanted to talk about them here because I just want more of you guys to hunt them. The first one we're going to touch on is Wimpod. Now, when Generation 7 was first revealed, Wimpod and Golisopod just stood out so perfectly to me. And then when their shinies came out, oh heck yeah, I gotta go after these. Little did I know it was gonna become one of the best shiny hunts in these games. Now, the reason for that is the fact that Wimpod is not your normal Pokemon. It's not a standard encounter. It's actually an overworld Pokemon that will run into you, so you don't even have to do any work. Now, there are only 3 prime locations where you can actually find this Wimpod, and they are as follows: Diving Peak Tunnel, Good Old Route 8, and Pony Breaker Coast. And like I said before, you don't have to do a lot of work, but there is a bit of a setup. You have to make sure that you get to where the Wimpod is going and save just before it gets to you. If you can manage to get that done, the soft resets after are so freaking fast, I can't even believe it. There is, however, one cautionary tale that I want to make sure you guys are aware of, and that is the fact that it has the ability Wimp Out, which means 2 things. The first being you cannot SOS hunt this thing, so you're gonna have to go full odds or shiny charm, and the other being you definitely don't want to attack this because if you do, you're gonna freaking lose it. This little guy was one of my first shiny hunts from Generation 7, so I always get a bunch of people asking me how to go about hunting it, and so now you know, now you can, hopefully you will. As for the other super fast hunt, this one is even quicker than Wimpod, which is actually hard to believe, but it is, and that is Runaways from our good old friend Crabrawler. Just like with Wimpod, it is an overworld soft reset hunt, but this time it's not actually the overworld sprite of the Pokemon, it's just piles of berries. These things are scattered all over the region, so I'm not going to bother saying every single location of them, but my personal favorite is the one on Ula Ula Beach, just because the beach background on a shiny hunt is just freaking beautiful. So when you do come across one of these berry piles, all you have to do is save in front of it and talk to it, and you'll either get super lucky and find the Crabrawler first try, or you'll just get a bunch of berries, which also isn't a bad gig, but you know, it's no shiny. And that's basically all there is to this hunt. It's nothing too complex. The only thing I want to say is make sure when you do hunt this, you are paying attention to the runaways you're doing, because a lot of times people are mindlessly doing it and they'll find the shiny and still run away. So yeah, you don't want to do that. Now, this next hunt I want to recommend to you guys is actually nothing too crazy, but I did want to put a spotlight on it because not only is it a super cool way to encounter Pokemon, but the Pokemon that you find are actually insane. That hunt being the ambush encounters in Lush Jungle. So if you don't already know what an ambush encounter is, I promise you've definitely seen one in game. Anytime you see a Pokemon rustling around in the grass, or maybe you see a Pokemon about to drop down, jumping out of the tree, even the hunt for Wimpod, it's an ambush encounter. But the reason the one in Lush Jungle is so freaking cool in Ultra Sun and Moon is 30% of the encounters goes to Passimian and Oranguru, depending on the version that you have, and the other 70% is freaking Steenie. All of these Pokemon had crazy lower encounter rates in the original Sun and Moon, so the fact that in these new games they gave us a targeted, specific hunt where we can go after just them is just, oh my gosh, thank you. And very quickly, I'll tell you exactly how it works. Just like with Wimpod, in this case, the Pokemon are already on the move, so all you have to do is get into the line of fire, save your game, and soft reset every single time it's not shiny. All in all, it's just a super good hunt. It's 100% on my to-do list, and maybe after watching this, now it's on yours too. And now, next up, we are finally talking about Wormhole Legendaries and Ultra Beasts. In the original Sun and Moon, we did have Ultra Beasts, but they were not shiny huntable. They were 100% shiny locked, and I was completely heartbroken. But thanks to Ultra Sun and Moon, all of that has changed. Now, thanks to the Ultra Wormholes, we are able to encounter every single legendary Pokemon aside from Mythicals, and every single Ultra Beast except for Necrozma. Now, the white Wormholes are Ultra Beast specific, while all of the other colors are legendary Pokemon. I don't really want to get too crazy on the details of which ones to go into to find which legendaries. There are so many amazing tutorials on YouTube about that stuff already, but I did want to make sure I included these on the list because there are a few things that people overlook or accidentally do wrong, and it makes them not be able to hunt or hunt inefficiently. Now, in regards to the legendary Pokemon, you're gonna know you're at the right legendary because it'll show you the silhouette and you'll know exactly which one you're at. After that, you're gonna wanna get as close as you can before the Pokemon comes at you and save the game there. What I like to do is to get as close as I think I can, save the game, and then take a few more steps, save the game, and keep doing that until I encounter it. That way, if you did end up getting too close, you wouldn't have to go through the trouble of finding the legendary Pokemon again. Also, it's important to know you can only find one of each legendary Pokemon, and there are some version exclusives, so you're gonna wanna pay attention to that. So if you find a Zapdos Zapdos and kill a Zapdos, you will never find a Zapdos again. However, that is not the case for the Ultra Beast. You can find an infinite amount of them in the Ultra Wormholes, which is super freaking cool in my opinion. And for real, you might actually want to, because some of them have really long cutscenes, and if you encounter them, kill them, and then find their Ultra Wormhole again, then you can totally skip that cutscene and make the SR times way shorter. That's what I did for Guzzlord, and it was a freaking lifesaver. Now this next spot on the list is actually the 3 remaining Ultra Beasts, Poipole, Stakataka, and Blacephalon, and the reason I decided to give them their own spot is they are 3 brand new Ultra Beasts introduced in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and their hunts are actually oddly specific, and you can't find them in the Ultra Wormhole, so I just thought it made sense to do it this way. Now right off the bat, we will start off with Poipole because it's my favorite of the 3, and for real, you guys make this so much more difficult than it actually has to be. Let me tell you exactly the right way to hunt Shiny Poipole. Now, as most of you guys know, this little guy is a gift Pokemon found in the Ultra Megalopolis. He's handed over by the Ultra Recon Squad, but the crazy thing about it is he's offered to you as soon as you beat Ultra Necrozma. I cannot believe how many of you guys actually think that you have to beat Ultra Necrozma, probably the hardest boss battle in a Pokemon game, every single time you soft reset for this Pokemon. No! All you have to do is deny the gift, leave the Ultra Wormhole, go back to Ultra Megalopolis, the Ultra Recon Squad will be standing right there for you, save in front of them, and then it's a simple soft reset hunt. It's actually really fast. I know that this may seem like a scary hunt at first, but for real, it's a really good one and you need to try it. Following that, we have the other Ultra Beasts, Blacephalon in Ultra Sun and Stakataka in Ultra Moon. I think that both of these shinies are amazing and they're really easy to hunt, so right now I will tell you exactly how to go about doing it. Once you beat the Elite Four and end up back in your hometown, the Ultra Recon Squad's gonna show up and start telling you all this crazy stuff about the Vast Pony Grove and what's going on there. They really make a big deal out of it, and for good reason, because these Ultra Beasts are now there. All you have to do after that is go to the location, deal with the cutscene, and then save right after. There are 3 hidden in the grass, so if you end up screwing up with one, don't really worry about it. The encounter music's different, so you're gonna know when you're encountering the Ultra Beast, and if it's not shiny, just run away like you would any normal random encounter hunt. Aside from that, the only tip I can give you is make sure you're repel tricking, because if you're not, you encounter other Pokemon, and you might end up with a shiny Zoroark, which is cool, but you know, it's no Blacephalon. Okay, so this next one is actually a super cool hunt that's available in both Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, but I decided to put it on this list because there's a special trick to this game to make it way easier to hunt than we originally thought. So in all 4 games, Titanal is a gift Pokemon, but the difference between Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon is in Sun and Moon, it's gifted by Gladion, and in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it's gifted by Wick. The problem with it being gifted by Wick is she takes so freaking long to talk and give it to you. It goes from a 15-second soft reset hunt to like a 45-second soft reset hunt, which is just like, there's no reason to do that. So for real, I expect most of you guys to hunt it in Sun and Moon if you haven't already, but if you only have Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon and are terrified that the only way you can hunt this Pokemon is at Vast Pony Grove from Wick, I'm happy to tell you there is a way around it. I'll be honest, it is very tedious and unorthodox to hunt it this way, but the way around it is if you fill all of your boxes up and then go to Vast Pony Grove and talk to Wick, she will try to give you the Titanal and then say, well, your boxes are full, you can't handle one more Pokemon. That will force her away without actually giving you the Titanal, and then all you have to do after that is go to Aether Paradise, track her down, and then soft reset it normally. It is really crazy that you have to do this in order to have a short soft reset hunt for it, but if it is the only option you have, you know, it's there for you. And last but not least, the final shiny hunt that I recommend to you guys in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is Island Scan targets. Island Scan hunting is a gimmick introduced in Generation 7. You can do it in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but the targets in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are so freaking cool, I can't even get over it. Most of them just work like regular random encounter hunts, so there are other Pokemon in the wild, so you're gonna want to repel trick, because if you don't, you might find something you're not looking for. Now, I'm not gonna go through every single Pokemon you can get through this method, but some of the best ones are found in Pony Grove, and for real, the list is astounding. Electros, Aggron, Delphox, Chestnut, and freaking Greninja. These are such amazing Pokemon, and the fact that you can find them in the wild is ridiculous. Now, the catch here hunting with this specific method is certain Pokemon only show up on specific days, and you only have an hour to hunt them for. So save once you get the QR code in, soft reset every time. That works perfect for the hour. It'll reset every single time. And as far as the day goes, all you have to do is manipulate your in-game clock. It's very easy to do, and it responds to it perfectly. If you guys get QR code hunts, please let me know. Also, one of the craziest QR code hunts that was just discovered that I want to talk to you about is the Ash Hat Pikachu. This is once again one of those Pokemon that you shouldn't be able to shiny hunt for, but for whatever reason you can. It's a gift Pokemon and it doesn't have a shiny sprite, so you're gonna have no idea if it's shiny when you're first getting it, so you're gonna have to receive it. Look at the summary screen every single time if you decide to hunt this, but guys, it does sparkle. When you throw it out into battle, it will sparkle, so it's definitely worth the hunt. I don't know if you guys are going to be up for this one. This is really for those full odds hunters that want to do things that are like next level. But if you plan to go after this like I do, please tag me in it on Twitter because oh my freaking gosh, this is a crazy hunt. All right guys, that is going to do it for this edition of my videos. I hope you enjoyed this list. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. What generation and what Pokemon game should we do the top 10 amazing shiny hunts for next? Leave it in the comments below. I cannot wait to see how many of you guys actually go for these. If you do, tag me on Twitter. I don't mind. Send it to me on Snapchat, whatever. I freaking love seeing your shinies. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. More videos are coming very soon. But until next time, this is Supreme Arcanine signing out. See you guys later.